Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. You are allowed to want more in life. You're allowed to want more friends. You're allowed to want more money. You're allowed to want more love. You're allowed to want more anything. Literally, whatever you want in life, you're just allowed to want more. Do you know that? My name's Tyler. Welcome. If you've seen me before, I appreciate you being here yet again. And if you haven't seen me before, feel free to stay. I appreciate you guys, love you guys. And yeah. But listen, stop shrinking yourself. Stop turning the light down. You know, why are you doing that? You're allowed to be yourself. You're allowed to live. You quit putting boundaries and barriers up because of what other people will think, right? Oh no, I can't say that. This person doesn't like it when I'm like that. Okay, cool. Why are they in your life? Sayonara. See you later. Have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed life. We don't wish somebody ill. We just let go and we move on. You know, if you choose yourself 100% of the time, it's not selfish, it's human. First of all, I think that everybody should choose themselves. And also, we're all connected. So if you help yourself, you're going to help others, which then once you help others, they help themselves, which then they help others. And that's how it works, right? The world's healing. If you know it's healing, subscribe and like, because you're aware, and I love you. And it's great to know that people are at that point of awareness with me. But you don't have to settle. Whatever you're going through right now, like if you have to genuinely, if it disrupts your nervous system, and I know people are going to argue with this, but I've experienced every level of life, I feel, at least to an extent, you know, and you can experience all of life at a place of like stillness and peace and like just pure light and happiness and joy. Like you don't have to have any negative at all, any drama, any stress. And if you do, it's kind of because you're settling, which I understand. We love people, we want to help other people grow, and I'm not saying not to do that. I love doing that. That's one of my favorite things in the world, is to find somebody and change their entire life and help them become a completely different person and make them more confident and make them just, pursue their dreams and be passionate. That's literally all I want for everybody. So, you know, but it's time to outgrow this version of you. This version of you. There's old versions of you. Think about it. Um, what did you do in the past that you no longer do? That's a completely different you. That's a different identity. That's a different life. What if you used to play basketball? So by you used to playing basketball, you used to have to go to this gym at this time every week, and the same people were there, so you made friends there. But now you no longer have that opportunity to continue making friends there because you stopped doing that. It's kind of just like, that's a completely different you. You just cut off a timeline of sorts, right? That's a timeline, John Quantum Leap, right? That's decisions changing everything. If you want to think about it that way, I think that every time you make a decision that you're just, it's you're pivoting, you're changing. I think that everybody has full control to literally create whatever reality in life they want. I think that you definitely do, and that's why I'm telling you, you're allowed to want more. You should want more. You shouldn't want to suffer, be in pain, or feel like you're not enough. You should know that, hey, like, I deserve love, I deserve peace, I deserve rest, I deserve comfort. That's what you should know truly. And then this is a little bit more of like but I feel like I want to just kind of be more direct sometimes and just tell it how I see it, and I hope people resonate with that and align with that. I hope that you do, truly. Like, it's it's important to. And also, I'll let you know a little secret. Maybe you should try this, because if you want more, then part of that is growing, and the best way to grow do this, do what I'm doing. The potential lifelong benefits of it alone is insane. It's building a personal brand and identity. It's a way to kind of solidify you for life. You know, it takes you at a point of, it removes so much fear and puts you in a completely different world. You know, once you have that, so that alone should motivate you to do it. But if you want to do it strictly for the sake of treating it as, hey, this is going to help me grow, right? Think of it as a word vomit, thought vomit. You're just getting everything out, right? That's what I do. I come on here and I kind of just talk about whatever I want to talk about sometimes. Sometimes it's a little structured, like I remember and I know and I just feel like, you know, and sometimes I'm talking to somebody directly, right? Like, am I talking to you? If I am, hello, what's your name? Susan, Mary, Marie, Jane. I don't know. A lot of women names. But who knows? Anyways, you guys ever just like relax? Also, you're also allowed to do that. You're allowed to want more and not have to do anything for it. You could just like life can just treat you and bless you, and you can just have miracles and blessings all the time if you want. You don't really have to do anything for it. You just have to truly believe that you deserve that and be the person who deserves it, and then you're just rewarded that, you know. But it does take a lot of sacrifice because you got to get rid of everything that doesn't align with that, and that's the hard part. If you're an emotional person, that's what I suffer with. Is like every time I have to grow like so much and move on from like so many people and like just completely new lifestyles and social circles and everything. It's like really tough, you know, because I care about people. And we're sideways now. I gotta get a camera. If you guys know any camera suggestions, please let me know in the comments. That'd be that'd be great. That'd be great. You don't have to feel guilty, by the way, like for wanting more. What do you want to do in life? Because you can literally do whatever you want, and you don't have to dream big. If you don't want it to be big and crazy and ambitious, it doesn't have to be. It could be literally whatever you want. If you just want to, you know, if you just want to have a bed to sleep on every night, you know, been there, dude. Like that's something that you can aim for. You know, it could be something so simple, or it could be a, hey, I want to have a 9-figure business, and you know, you could do both. You can experience both in one lifetime, and you're telling me those are the same people that, you know, experience life? No, everything that you see, it's different. It's different perceptions. It's different thought patterns. And once you're aware of that, that it's all just growth and it's all just thoughts, and all of the experience out there comes from how you are in your inner state and who you are in here, then you can really grow. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to come out with a video just called Secrets of the Universe. Would you guys like to hear that? I don't know. I don't know about that one. That's crazy. Okay, so how do you expand, right? You identify the patterns that you're doing right now that don't align with the you that you need to be. Be, not try to be. You need to be that person. And if it doesn't align with that, you don't do it. Plain, simple. You face that, you accept that. That's your new reality. Hey, this version of me that I want to be, that has this, that experiences life in this way, doesn't do this thing. So I will not do this thing. It's very simple. Or that person does this thing every single day, or once a week at this time, or once a month at this. You build a new identity, okay? And you integrate very slowly. You integrate. You start doing, something new environments, new people, new interactions. That's growth alone. And don't be scared to talk to people. Um, if you're out there in the other, all out there in the world and you're not in America, you're probably better off because people out there probably talk to each other a lot more than people in America, I find. Everybody's so scared here. Like, I talk to a lot of people every day, and, you know, I've been around America, and yeah, everybody's just like, some places are better than others, of course, and, that's inevitable, but a lot of people are just scared of confrontation. They're scared. Like, do you even know your neighbor's name, dude? I had this conversation earlier with a colleague of mine. We'll say colleague, and he was like, "No." He's like, "Dude, no, literally no." He's like, "I never see them either." I'm like, "Yeah," um, but it's insane how sheltered everybody is and scared to be open and talk. Like, dude, I just talk freely to anybody and everybody. If you want to do that, try it. Like, life's pretty cool. And whenever you just know who you are and you really don't care about other people's judgment, because like you realize, like, yeah, that's literally just like their own insecurity and their ego. People who are judged are miserable, right? People who put other people down to make themselves feel better, miserable. Um, we I'm not the type to be angry at these types of people. I just feel really bad for them. I feel sorry for them, and I hope that they grow and I hope that they learn. And I wish them the best, but it's no longer my responsibility. I don't attach to those people anymore. Um, unless unless I'm feeling like, yeah, this person has a lot of potential. I can see it. I can see how genuine they are, how kind they are. They're just dealing with a lot of shit. Then obviously I'll make sacrifices in an effort to show somebody that I truly care about them. Because again, it's not always going to be sunshines and rainbows. It's not perfect. I'm not telling you life is just perfect all the time. Life is going to life. Shit happens, dude. And I'm just telling you how to have a good flow, have a good vibe. So get rid of the things that don't align with the person that you need to be and you want to be. Because if you want X, Y, Z, and you have to want to be this person, so you just be it. It's that simple. Don't try to be it. Just do it. Um, Once you start doing those things, you realize how much better you feel, and you realize how much opportunity you're creating because you're creating more doors, you're creating more opportunity in life. Hey, say you wanted to do, I don't know, say you wanted to do some kind of career, right? I don't have an exact career, but if you don't ever put yourself in situations that could give you the potential to network and meet and have opportunity, then you're just literally limiting your chances of accomplishing what you want in life. And you know what I mean? It's like, hey, if you want to like dance, you love dancing, and you want to do that, and you want to like teach people how to dance, or you want to just do something in a dance studio, not whatever. If you want to do that, and you're working a retail job at some random store, I don't care if you're the general manager making $100,000 a year, because money doesn't matter. It's all about happiness and alignment and flow. If you want to grow, that's the timeline I'm on. That's the life I'm living. But if it, you don't do this, you go do something with dance, right? Why are you in retail if you want to do dance? Why are you waiting 2 years? Why are you waiting 5 years? Why are you waiting 40 years to retire? Do it now. Experience life now. You need more now. You deserve more now. You should want more now. You can have more now. You can have literally everything that you want. You just have to embody the person that has everything. And that person is you. It's your truest self. It's your most authentic self. It's your most genuine self. It's your higher self in a sense. Once you figure that out, you know, Trinity, right? But just literally be yourself. love yourself, and trust in life to flow and take action whenever you feel called, and trust your intuition. And whenever you're doing everything right, life rewards you. And whenever you're being rewarded, you will continue to do the things that are right. And then you just flow. That's how it is. That's how you win. That's the game. Do you want to win? And just become the person. And you become the person by wanting more. If you're comfortable and you're okay with where you are and you keep allowing it to happen every single day and you make an excuse for why you can't change it, you should never complain about it or talk about it ever out loud to anybody ever. Because if you're sitting in your own misery and your comfort in your own prison and you're doing nothing to change it, and all you do is talk about it, you're just casting out negativity. You're just, I don't care what people say, this is my belief. I think a lot of you will agree with me and you'll see it this way. That's just casting out negativity for no reason, because the only people that can change your situation is you. I mean, people can come save you and bring you out of the rut. Inevitably, that could occur, but it's more likely that you're just putting out negativity and bullshit on other people for no reason. It, because at a certain point, it's like you're okay with it. You're allowing it. So if you're allowing it, I'm gonna allow it. I don't care. It's your life. Do whatever. I just don't want to hear you talk about it. The only constant in life is change, my friends. I don't know. What do you guys think of this style of content? I kind of like to just yap about whatever, truthfully. So how about I just do that every single time? And if the algorithm likes it and you guys like it and you stay and you show me support, I'll continue to do it. And if not, if I don't get the support, I'll just continue to do it. It's a win-win. Who would have thought that? You know why? It's called embodying the person you want to be. If I want to have this type of content where I could just say, do, talk about whatever, I could randomly start talking in an accent if I wanted to. I don't have to do whatever. I could literally do whatever. I don't care. That's the vibe I'm on. That's you know, we're chilling, dude. Life's good. We're vibing. Made it this far. You're gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna cast that on you. That's the blessing I want to give you. You're gonna be a millionaire. You're gonna be paid to exist. You know why? Because you deserve it. You deserve it. It's that simple. Love you. You're free to subscribe. Have a great life.